These are your Unit 5B Day 11 notes. In this video, we're going to work on Standard 3A and Standard 1A. Now, we are going to practice finding the intercept and the slope given a table. So we've done real-world scenarios, we've done it from points given, and now we are looking at a table. So, 3 simple steps. Step 1, identify the y-intercept and plot the point on the graph. Remember, the y-intercept is when x is 0. So my y-intercept here would be 0, 5. So now that my step 1 is to find it, I'm going to identify it, and then I'm going to put it on the graph. So I found it, and now I'm putting it on the graph. That is the point 0, 5. My second step is to use the table to choose a second point and plot it. So when I look here, we can see that my table has an x and a y. Okay? So this x and this y go together. So you can look at this as the point 1, 8, the ordered pair 1, 8. Why is that 1, 8? Because x is 1, y is 8. And this point over here is another ordered pair, and you are just going to delete this one. Don't worry about why, but you're just going to do it. Okay, so I found a different ordered pair for my graph, 1, 8. My next step is to put this ordered pair on the graph. So when my x is 1, my y is 8. So I put that pair on the graph, and how do I determine the slope? Well, I am going to connect the lines. I go up 3 and over 1. So my slope is 3 over 1. Remember, because it's y over x. And my y is my up and down. I do that first. And then my x is to the right. All right, let's look at one more. My first step is to identify the y-intercept. The y-intercept is when x is 0. X is 0 here, so my y-intercept is 2. 0, 2. Now that I've identified my y-intercept, I'm going to go ahead and put that on the graph right there. Now my next step is going to be to put another ordered pair on the graph. And I can see here that I have this ordered pair. My x is, my x here is 3, and my y is 6. I look at this next ordered pair. My x is 6, and my y is 10. So the ordered pair would be 6, 10. You don't need to write it down here like that. I'm just doing it so you can understand where these points come from. So now that I have put in the point, my y-intercept on the graph, I'm going to go ahead and put another from the table onto the graph. So 3, 6 is my x is 3. My y is 6, so that is that point right there, and feeling fancy, so I'm going to put the other point on there as well. It is the point 6, 10, so I'm over 6, and I'm up 10. Now, how do I figure out the slope? Well, I figure out how do I get from one point to the next, starting with the point farthest to the left, and remember, it's always up and down first. So I go up 1, 2, 3, 4. So my y is 4. Up 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I'm over 1, 2, 3. So my x is 3. My slope would be 4 over 3. And you can see, remember, slope is a rate of change. It's what happens over and over again. And here we are, up 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, over 1, 2, 3, okay? Slope, rate of change, happens over and over again. So how do I use this table to figure out my slope and my y-intercept? Well, simply put the points on the graph and connect them. All right, let's move on. Okay, you're gonna do these next ones on your own, so please pause the video, try them on your own, don't be a cheater, and then come back and look at your work. Okay, hopefully you tried these on your own and you got the right answer. If you did not get the right answers over here, figure out your mistake. Everything is color-coded, so that should help you determine where you made an error if you did. Okay, and here is the last one. Please go ahead and try this on your own and then submit.